What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You know who I am, and welcome back to another episode of Filmstock Reviews. In this episode, I'm reviewing Schitt's Creek. Now, Schitt's Creek is a 6-season, 80-episode comedy satirical, amazing sitcom created by father and son duo Eugene Levy and Dan Levy. Now, this aired on CBC television from January 13, 2015 to April 7, 2020. Now, I heard a lot of great things about this show when it first came out. I just didn't have a desire to see it at all. And that was a mistake, I want to say. Because when it came on Netflix, all 6 seasons were on it, and I binged watched it. And it was hilarious. It's one of the most funny, original concept comedy ideas I've ever watched and I've ever enjoyed, ever. It basically tells the story of the Rose family, who is a very wealthy family, lose everything after a big thing happens. I don't want to get into details or spoilers about what happens, but after Rose's business manager embezzles certain family businesses of the so-called Rose Video, which is like a blockbuster, the family loses their fortune and have to relocate to Schitt's Creek. Now, the reason they go to Schitt's Creek is because the father, Johnny Rose, bought the town as a joke to his son, which is hilarious in its own right. And for the entire 6 seasons, the main cast of Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Dan Levy, and Annie Murphy were really, really good. Eugene Levy as Johnny Rose is really eccentric. It's really pure to see him. And if you don't know who Eugene Levy is, of course, you all know him for playing the dad in American Pie. He was known for that for so many years. But then when this series came out, he was known as Johnny Rose. Now, Catherine O'Hara as Moira Rose is one of the most interesting characters you love the most in this series. She is a soap opera actress who can't get any work, but is still in that fame and fortune of she's still the best around, and she thinks that she can do no harm. Her character's outfits, the wigs that she has, is impeccable. And if you know Catherine O'Hara from Beetlejuice and Home Alone, you know that she's a very boisterous actress, a boisterous character actor. And it's really done so well because some of the clothing that she wears is somehow a callback and reminiscent to her Beetlejuice days, And even in that movie, she wore amazing outfits. And in this, she wore fantastic stuff. But her character is more so in your face, wants to go back to that lavish lifestyle. But it's so funny. Annie Murphy as Alexis Rose is good, but she was kind of annoying at times. She really didn't fit the mold of what she wanted. She was this pristine, peachy, like Kardashian lifestyle living, and she thinks that she's a goody two-shoes. Nothing against Annie Murphy, but her as Alexis Rose was good, and there are aspects of her where you want to see her strive to do her best, especially in the show. And she does come up with crazy stories about how she lived her life in her teens and 20s, and now she's trying to change things around, which is really interesting. Dan Levy as David Rose is one of the most beloved characters I've ever seen, who is a gay guy, and he tries to find love, and he wants to do things and change things, and he opens up a store. He opens up an apothecary, and that sells certain organic shampoos, soaps, and other things that for your everyday life, which is really good. His character from the start to finish is great. He's the one that actually stands out the most. He's the character that you identify with, and that you can say, like, holy shit, what's happening? And he has a comment for everything. He has a comment about his father, his mother, and his sister, and sometimes even they have a comment about him, about what he's doing. The scenes in this show are great. It's really memorable. A lot of great actors that you know of from certain American comedy movies are in this, even in television series. And it's really good because Chris Elliott, who you may know from Scary Movie 2, who played the butler with the hand, plays Roland Schitt, the mayor of Schitt's Creek. The concept is great. It's fabulous. And I want to say that one of the characters that stands out, that is on par with Dan Levy's character of David Rose, is Stevie Budd, who is the so-called owner of the Rose Motel in the beginning, which turns into the Rosebud Motel. She's played by Emily Hampshire, and she is fantastic and phenomenal. She's so sarcastic, she's so dry-witted, and whatever David Rose has to say, she comes back with a comeback. Whatever Stevie says, David has a comeback. Seeing the progression of everyone's character from the very first season up until the last season, there are moments where you laugh, you cry, you want to root for this person, and you sometimes just want to say, like, why are you doing this? Change what you're doing, and different things will happen, because that's what this show is. But this show is a feel-good show, and seeing a father-son duo like Eugene and Dan Levy create something like this is tremendous. And I'm hoping there's a made-for-TV movie or a Netflix movie to show where they are now. And things change over time when you come back to these certain characters that you love the most. And for 6 seasons, you fell in love with these characters. 80 episodes, that's a lot of episodes for 6 seasons. And it is on Netflix, and the show is maybe 25 to 30 minutes long. This is a quick, easy binge watch show that if you want to watch something for fun, you want to laugh, or you want to just be entertained, this is a show to check out, because Schitt's Creek is phenomenal. Now, not only is this show amazing, but at the 72nd Primetime Emmy Awards, it swept all 7 comedy categories. Yes, all 7 major comedy awards. It was the first comedy series to do so. Now, Dan Levy won for Outstanding Comedy Series. He won for Writing and Directing. And he also won for Best Supporting Actor, along with Eugene Levy, who won Best Actor, Catherine O'Hara, who won Best Actress, and Best Supporting Actress went to Annie Murphy. So simultaneously, the series set a new record for most Emmy wins by a category in a single season, beating the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel's 2018 record. So when a TV series sweeps an entire award show, you know it's good to watch, and it can't be missed, because hey, 6 seasons of a great comedy show, a great satirical comedy show created by 2 amazing gifted filmmaking minds was great. I'm really curious to see what these characters do next, and I'm curious to see what Dan Levy does next, because he's a phenomenal writer. He wrote some of the episodes, and he, like I said, he created it with his father, Eugene Levy. And I'm curious to see where they go on from now. Oh, and I want to mention that the show is set in Canada, if you are confused. It's not a U.S. setting, but seeing it as a Canadian show, you have that Second City TV feel to it, which is really good, because Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara were on Second City. And seeing them together again in a show like this is really good. Schitt's Creek gets 5 out of 5 stars for me. I absolutely love this show. I definitely plan to watch it again and binge watch it again, because it's just that good and it's just that funny. So let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Schitt's Creek. Did you check it out? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? And what didn't you like about it? And what characters annoyed you, and what characters did you like the most? And be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new videos on my channel. And you know where to follow Marchio Productions and me, Mr. Filmstock. I'll leave a link to all the social media accounts in the description box below. You guys can check it out and follow along. I'm Anthony. Thanks for tuning in.